Happy Science Saturday! This is Miss Jessica Campsiola's Naturalist sending greetings from a pond. And this time we're going to do something a little different. If you haven't guessed from last week's riddle, this week is ducks. And this time I'm going to go off script, which is something that I have never done before. So please excuse if there's any kind of difficulties from doing so. Anyway, we're over here by the pond, and as you can see, this pond is home to 5 ducks. Now, can you tell the difference between the males and the females, or the drakes and the hens, as they're called? The males are drakes, and they have this little curled tail right at the end of the rump. And this is called the drake's feather. And I don't know if you can be able to see, but there happens to be 4 boys or 4 drakes and 1 hen. And the hen is the brown one, where all the others are boys. You can also tell with mallards, and that's the green-headed ones, that the boys have the green head, whereas the females are always brown. Now there's 3 different kinds of ducks in this pond. Can you tell the difference between the 3? Yep, so the one black one is actually a domesticated duck called a cayuga, and he is part mallard. And then there's the white duck, which is a runner duck, and if he gets up on land, you can tell the difference by the way he stands. And then the other 3, the 2 with the green head and the 1 brown female, those are all mallards, and those are actually native to North America. You'll see those in ponds all across the U.S. pretty much. So what makes ducks duck? Well, they're part of the waterfowl family. So like other geese and swan, they have a flattened out bill instead of a beak. And although you can't tell from the way they're swimming, they have little web feet. And they have these waterproof oiled feathers. That they have this special gland underneath their armpit, underneath their wing, that they use to bring out oil and rub it all over their feathers. I've been trying to get them closer to me using some peanuts, because bread is actually not very nutritional for them. But they don't seem to want to get too close. And what she just did there was she was trying to catch something under the water. So here's the 2 feathers that I have, showing the difference between their feathers. So one here, this is the feathers that you see on the outside. These are the ones that can be oiled and are waterproof. The one here, their down feather, this is one that keeps them warm. And sometimes we use these in coats and pillows too, help keep us warm. And they're so comfy soft. But if we put these in water, you can tell that even still, this one feather really repels the water and it beads up. And the little down feather still gets pretty wet. That's because these feathers, the big waterproof ones, protect the down ones from getting wet. So the down ones can stay dry underneath and keep them warm. So ducks are omnivores. And as they're going around this pond, They're eating on insects and fish and berries and fruit and nuts and grass. And they scoop a lot of mud in their bills. And they have fine teeth-like combs inside their bills that help filter out some of the food and nutrients that may be found in the mud, like little insects and critters. And then they wash out the mud from their beaks by submersing it totally in water and cleaning out their nostrils or their noses. So since we're in Virginia, these guys probably won't migrate away too far away from this pond. But other ducks do migrate, and geese, as you can see when they're flying overhead in their V shape. And there are 47 species of ducks in Virginia, although there's quite a many more domesticated breeds from those. And most of the domesticated breeds come from mallards. As the cayuga, the black one, you can tell, because he still has his green head if you look really close. So I've seen these guys out even during the snow and the ice and cold, and actually they've come out onto the pond when it was frozen. And I also wondered, like, how could they stand being in the water when it's so cold? But then I found out that they actually have their veins and their capillaries in their feet really close together. So when their cold blood's coming back from the very ends of their toes, their veins are right next to them to warm them back up before they get to their heart. So even if they have cold feet, their blood never really cools too badly. And also they have those down feathers we talked about that keep them insulated and warm. And like a lot of other birds, they can decrease their temperature at night so they don't have to keep themselves as warm at night. So when the mallard female, the hen, finally lays eggs, she'll probably place them along that shore over there. And she'll line it full of her down feathers. And she'll lay several eggs, probably around like 8 to 12. And then she'll sit on them and they'll hatch out and they'll be little ducklings. And when ducklings hatch, they are almost immediately able to go into the water. So they'll follow her around and swim behind her. Now here's the riddle for next week's topic. I can jump as high as 12 feet into the air. I'd rather be alone than in a pair. I am crepuscular, which means I'm mostly out at twilight. Like most cats, I stalk my prey, then pounce and bite. What am I? So long for now.